bottom line, super thrilled for Wags and his family. If Billy Wagner didn't get in, no one was getting in. So, this was something that was so necessary for baseball. Yes, I wish it would have happened 5 years ago. I'm not saying he's a first ballot guy. I understand these things take some time to kind of chew on, but nonetheless, he's in. And I'll tell you, I've had some good conversations with Wags the last week or two, and it really just comes down to, I think at this point, he probably isn't even really thinking about if it was the 8th or 9th or 10th year, because, one of the cool things is like, all the other relievers have reached out to him, all the other closers, whether it's, Raleigh Fingers or Bruce Sutter or whoever over the years, they've all been in touch with him, and, Goose Gossage. And I think for him right now, he's feeling like, might as well have been the first year because he's in. So I'm just glad it happened. I wish it was earlier, but at this point, it's just a celebration that he's in. I remember when he got elected, I just immediately, sent him a text and I said, hey, I know you're going to be swamped today, but congrats. And, that night he called me and he said, hey, make sure you're, well aware that you're going to be coming to Cooperstown with me. So it's a true honor, and it was a true honor to play with him. And really, like, when I look back, for me, he kind of set up everything for me on how to become not just a closer, but like a reliever in general, because I was starting all through the minor leagues when I got called up to the big leagues, and I was in the bullpen just completely lost. Like, I had no routine. I didn't, think about when I was supposed to stretch or any of that stuff. And I really kind of just had to watch how Wagner went about his business, and, the focus he had, how seriously he took the craft of closing, how seriously he, put every single day into his workouts and his work ethic. But, he was a machine out there, and obviously it showed throughout his career, but he really kind of, made me understand how seriously you need to take being a reliever to stay in the major leagues and then get to that ultimate goal of being a closer, and then, trying to keep that closer role for a while, which we all know is not the easiest thing either. So he left a huge impression just with his work ethic alone and just watching him go about his business.